We are in Austria, in the mountains, in a beautiful place called Solden.
It's very surreal. It looks like a painting, especially from a guy like me. I'm from the inner city. I grew up in the inner city. It's my first time ever on a mountain.
I'm quite nervous at the moment, but I'm really excited and looking forward to starting the film.
Action!
Above all, we have to deliver an amazing sequence, and this is going to be one of the major action sequences of the movie, a jewel in the crown, so to speak, and it's going to be spectacular, and Austria seemed to offer everything that we needed to pull it off.
It was a long journey for me through many countries to try and find this, and we found a very unique, modern facility that we were looking for. So here we are now, first day of shooting, and it's just absolutely amazing.
There's all the difficulties of filming somewhere that's so cut off, coupled with the weather possibilities, the altitude, all those things. It's a real challenge to be up here, but the payoff is stunning scenery and an incredible location.
The thing that Sam and I talked about was how we're going to top Skyfall, so it's going to be Spectre. And so far, it's a good start. I think we're going to continue the history of the Bond films and making things that are exciting for the audiences to look at. And what could be more exciting than to be on top of the world?
The reasons I'm doing the second Bond movie are the reasons I would do any movie really, which is all to do with the story. And in this movie, Spectre, what you have is a movie entirely driven by Bond. He is on a mission from the very beginning. He is on the hunt, on the trail of somebody. You don't know why, you don't know what he's doing there. And that sense that something is up is also tied to the second part of a crucial story of Bond's childhood. So once that was clear, that those huge things were on the table, I felt like I had to do it. And action. And then on top of that, I felt like I'd initiated Rafe as M, Naomi as Moneypenny, and Ben Whishaw as Q, and I wanted to tell the next stage of their stories and develop them as characters much, much more. And in this movie, in a way, they help him, and they all, in different ways, risk their careers and risk their livelihoods. And I think what's interesting about what's happened post-Skyfall is Bond is the one who has more experience than they do. And I think he's got a greater wisdom. And that's very much what the movie's about. It's about whether or not to pursue the life he's always pursued, whether he matters, and is he going to continue or not. And you'll have to come to see the movie to find out whether he does.
We've taken delivery now of 8 Aston Martins. These are bespoke, these have been specially built for this film.
We've got our hero Aston Martins, which are just pristine to show their beauty. And then we've got stunt Aston Martins, which are fully roll caged up. So stunt drivers have been putting them through their paces.
I love the idea of this fantastic car being in a sort of one-on-one battle with another incredible car from Jaguar, which is similarly extraordinary, actually. So it's a cat and mouse game through the nighttime streets of Rome at great speed between two of the fastest cars in the world, neither of which you'll have ever seen before.
Tonight we have completely shut down the streets of Rome. And we are doing a scene where the hero of the film, Mr. Hinks, is chasing his evil nemesis, James Bond.
We have the Aston, which is obviously classic design, smooth, fast car. And then we have Hinks, who's a beast of a character in the beast of a car, which is the Jaguar CX-75.
It's amazing. It's one of those scenes that's going to be very iconic, I think. Just with the two cars racing through the streets of Rome. I mean, how often do you see that? It's one of those things you only see in a James Bond film.
I wanted the audience to be dropped right into the middle of a very, very specific, very heady, rich environment. It's the Day of the Dead. Everywhere you look, there's colour and detail and life. And we built floats and maquettes, and the costumes are extraordinary, and the craftsmanship is amazing.
We went to Mexico and found amazing people there. It is their culture, so they had to teach me. I told them, please do it your way. And they worked for 6 months, but the results are breathtaking.
Each jacket was created per person, the dresses. We're really trying to make them all different and always bringing like the death into these costumes.
We have 1,500 extras, which is quite unique now to do that in costume. With CGI these days, you do no more than 5 or 6. So the trick is to do that fast, and there's a minimum amount of time to get anybody ready. We did it this morning in 75 minutes for 1,500. That's 20 a minute. I mean, that's some going.
I think the sheer number is quite daunting. It's a hell of a lot to get out. But the creative freedom in this has been amazing, fantastic, because who wouldn't want to do Day of the Dead? So to have it captured in a Bond film in an iconic opening scene is fantastic.
Everyone has been really helpful. The whole community has been amazing, and very honored to have the opening of James Bond film in Mexico, so we're really excited to see the results.
I couldn't be happier. It's the most incredible setup here. And the quality of work is amazing. It's going to be the most visually exciting opening to a Bond, I think, ever.
She's a doctor, she's intelligent and very sensitive and human character.
She's an Italian widow with secrets. Her mafioso husband is killed and she risks the same thing happening to her.
The inspector, the two women who he hooks up with, both have great mystery. They both have depths, and for that you need fantastic actresses. And I just thought, well, Monica Bellucci, makes sense in the story, makes sense with the ages of the characters we're dealing with, and she's a, incredibly seductive presence in life and in the movie, and I'm thrilled she's in it.
James Bond is a part of cinema history, and I respect so much all the James Bond girls, because I think they are incredible actresses. And now we have Léa Seydoux. She's very beautiful and very talented, and she's a great James Bond girl.
Madeleine, who's the character that Léa Seydoux's playing, needed to be soulful, feisty, and complicated. And I think it's a pivotal relationship. So it probably couldn't have been a total newcomer, needed someone with a certain amount of life experience, maturity. And she's the sort of whole package, really.
I feel very lucky. I think I'm just working with amazing actors, amazing director, and it's been a great adventure.
The philosophy of the Bond franchise, and mine particularly as a filmmaker, is to do things for real. So you have to roll up your sleeves and work it out.
Coming into this film, Sam was really up the ante. We're going to be spread all over the place. We're going to Austria, which is a massive special effects stunt sequence.
It's something that hasn't been done before, where we have 3 cars and planes. I think it's going to be a great scene, and the audience is going to love it.
We are doing all sorts of things in Mexico, big explosions, buildings collapsing.
It's a very complicated sequence. We have a lot of special effects and a lot of stunts. So when Daniel's on the rooftop, he's actually on a rooftop in Mexico City. When we have helicopters flying over the square and down the streets, it's a real helicopter actually doing the stunts.
And then there was Morocco, which was a huge sequence for us. I think it's certainly the biggest explosion I've ever done. It's going to be a real roller coaster ride.
The tradition for Bond is always real stunts, real action, real explosions. There's nothing made in a computer, and that remains the case here. And so the ultimate goal is the kind of excitement, visceral excitement, you can only get from live stunts.